Ooh.
And hopefully, technology permitting, and despite the snow's best efforts, we should hopefully be live.
I think we had more snow in the last 24 hours than we had in the whole of last year.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say we've had snow yet, to be fair.
I had a few.
I mean, there was a bit of hail as I was coming back. That was a bit unpleasant.
Oh, we had some proper snow in the north this morning.
Yeah.
It was very cold and snowy and horrible when I was taking my daughter to school.
Nev had a bit, didn't you, Nev?
Aye, yep.
Yeah.
Bit of snow this morning.
Yeah.
And yes, obviously, that means that people can't drive anymore.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Logan is asking a question in the chat room, by the saying, how y'all handling the snow over there?
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. What is it about snow that makes otherwise relatively, well, I'm going to say adequate drivers, but perhaps they're not. It's just they seem to come out in the snow. But why do they lose the ability of common sense when it goes a bit? Well, it's not even snowy, is it? It's snow. As Carlos,
they have common sense in the first place, Matt.
Well, I guess that is the problem, isn't it? I guess that is the discussion.
I'm very glad I don't do as much long distance driving as I used to, because I did a very long drive last week, Liverpool and back from the north, and the quality of driving was terrible. So add the snow in, gets even worse.
Well, that's what's going on there.
At least you don't have that problem when you're flying, Andy. You know, the level of piloting skills doesn't decrease with the weather. Well,
well, you haven't been on my flight deck.
Ooh. Got his hot toddy on the pull-out table.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
That would be nice, yeah.
You see, I think the problem is that the skills aren't taught anymore because all the cars have got anti-lock brakes and all the stuff. But where it goes wrong is low-profile tyres. They do not work in the snow.
No, the key is to turn all of the assists off on your car.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then go for it.
But there we are. That's in fact, if you had a driving test this morning and it was snowing, it would be cancelled. Far too dangerous, apparently. Whereas in the Scandinavian region, it's a prerequisite. Basically, it's if it's snowing, you're definitely going out driving.
Well, I think if I have to be tested every 6 months on an aircraft, I think you should have to take a driving test at least once every 5 years.
I think that's reasonable. Yeah, definitely, I'd agree.
Because anybody quote any of the highway code, the current one. I know I can't. But you know it all then, when you do your test. Be very good for people to refresh their knowledge.
Yes.
And I'm starting to sound like a miserable old man now.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Having some problems with the vMix socials, unfortunately, chaps.
Okay.
It won't let me log in for some reason.
I think it's a shame that a lot of people have forgotten about the use of indicators. You know, indicators seem to be a foreign
BMWs.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of other vehicles now seem to have lost the ability to use indicators. Now it's
do they?
Worrying.
If you want to drive and disregard all laws of the road, just buy a white van. Everybody just lets it go because you're in a white van.
Or if you've got Amazon written on the side.
Yeah, but you see, we need our stuff.
Have you ever seen? I mean, I don't know about our US listeners because it's probably different in the US, but in the UK, have you ever seen an Amazon van that hasn't got either 3 or 4 pieces of trim missing off the side, or some quite sizable dents or scratches down each side?
Bert's used to have. Bert's used to be immaculate, to be fair.
Another prerequisite of those vehicles and taxis is that they must have an engine management light on.
Ah, yes, very true. Very true. That's an important piece of information.
Oh dear.
In fact, my colleagues at my former work were so surprised one day when I announced I was actually in a taxi in, oh, I can't remember where I was, in the Netherlands, I think. And I said, yeah, this car does not have an engine management light on. They were most surprised. All the ones in the UK do, that's for sure.
Very much.
So every time I get in a taxi that's a Mercedes and you look at the mileage, it's got the dashboard's lit up like a light board. It's got like 450,000 miles on, and it's still going straight.
Oh. Hang on. Oh, I appear to have lost them. Bear with. What's occurring? That's annoying. Let me just see if it's going to come back before it's a... I don't know why it's frozen there.
240 or 250 odd thousand miles out of that car.
It's like when the wheel bearings start making too much noise, you just turn the radio up, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah.
Strong advice. Strong advice.
Yeah. There we go.
Gents, if I disappear, it's because we've had flaky internet here over the last couple of days.
Okay.
Flaky.
Yeah, it's been
Are you ready with the clock, Matt?
dropping in and out.
Yes, I lost you there for a moment, so it was a bit of a panic.
Okay.
But yes, you are back. And
It must be an office thing, Nick. Look, I don't know if you can see that there.
Oh, you've got to have a cheese plant.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got several in this house.
Yeah, Gemma's one of Gemma's favourite plants, that is.
okay, apologies. Starting 15 seconds late.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Well, hello and welcome to episode 578 of the Plain Talking UK podcast. I'm Carlos, and in this week's show, the UK and Channel Islands regional operator Blue Islands ceases trading and cancels flights. Jet2 is to offer flights from Gatwick for the first time, and a maintenance error led to the overrun of an American 737 at Dallas-Fort Worth last year. In the military segment, the US Air Force Chief of Staff confirms the F-47 Next Generation fighter jet will take its first flight in 2028. We'll also give you some more details about the 600th show, which is going to take place in May next year. Spaces are running out quickly, so be sure to let us know if you plan on coming, and Nev's going to give us an update on that later. We're also extending the competition for another week with a fantastic prize giveaway that Nick is very kindly donated to the show, and Nick's going to tell you more about that later on. And we also have another cracking Retro Airline Ad of the Week segment, which will take us all back down memory lane. So, joining me this week, it's a full house. I am so glad to see this week. A full house. Everyone's here. The whole gang are here. Kicking off first in just down the next village to where I am here.
I know. I can't get used to that. By the way,
I know we're in different villages.
I know
now.
It's outrageous. How dare you move? I mean, it's. God.
I dare say that if I opened the back window, I could probably shout, and you might be able to hear me.
No, I'm the wrong end of town now.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the top of the hill now, not the bottom.
Yeah. But Anyway, enjoying the rain, Mr. Smith. We've had a few trips today.
Yeah, it's been lovely. Yeah, well, you and I have been entertaining this weekend, which has been lovely. But we have literally had to do it essentially dodging the rain showers and goodness knows what else. But yeah, but we had a couple of nice nights out, didn't we?
We have had some very
Sunday lunch was very adequate, wasn't it?
Yes, it was blooming lovely.
And a pint at your local, the Ersham Queen.
Yes,
that was very nice. Absolutely, really enjoyed that. It's the
Slept
first time.
very well that night.
I bet you did. Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Yeah.
Oh, that was very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Who we got next? And over in a slightly snowy part of the UK, in the glorious Buckinghamshire countryside, it is, of course, our connoisseur of all things Seat 1A and BA. It's Neville Bounds.
Yes, there was a bit of snow today here. Nothing catastrophic, but I think Matt's got some video that I shot this morning, actually, out of the bedroom window at the garden. So it was actually quite a lot coming down for a couple of hours.
That's a lot of snow.
But actually, it wasn't that bad because, of course, the ground's still quite mild, so it wasn't really settling. But of course, that did mean that people in this part of the country could no longer drive, and it was. I'm sure people didn't go to school, didn't go to work, got all the excuses in. But I just sat outside here, or inside, and watched all the chaos from my bedroom. But actually, all that's gone now. The sun came out, and it was a very nice day. So we definitely had an Irish day in Buckinghamshire, where you do get 4 seasons in one day, and we did get that today, definitely.
Very much so.
Yeah.
We're at that time of the year now, Nev, where it's absolutely pointless washing your car.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Who we got? We've got joining us from his 5-star luxury hotel somewhere in the UK. It is, of course, our captain of all things Airbus. It's Captain Andy.
Hello. Back again. 2 weeks in a row. This is rare.
Scary
How
stuff.
are you, Andy?
I'm very well, thanks. Very good, thanks. Yeah, I'm in the hotel studio, off to do some stuff in simulators for the next few days. So it's nice to be here. And it was very, very cold and snowy when I left the north this morning, but it's just damp and a bit miserable here.
Do you when you're doing the sim training sessions, Andy, at this time of year, do you alter the training sessions so it reflects the weather? As in wintry conditions. Just a thought.
As you know, Carlos, I write these profiles, so it's set because it has to be the same for everybody. But we do a whole scenario on winter operations every year, and I make it very snowy, very cold, and very miserable.
Fair.
I can envision air conditioning units in the sim itself, bringing the temperature down to
Oh, no, the aircraft's always nice and warm, isn't it? First thing you do, turn the APU on and get the heating on.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I was going to say. Does it,
it's good.
Does it get...
Go on, Matt.
Sorry, this sounds like a daft question. I know you've got the APU and stuff, but does it get quite cold at the front, obviously, because it is at the sharp end of the wind and all that kind of thing?
In flight, on very long flights, you get frost in certain parts of the cockpit. Yeah, the windows behind me... quite often we use the sort of shelf that's there on the window as a fridge because it very often gets frost on it on a very long flight.
Keep you drinking.
And that's
cold.
that's in the middle of summer. That's the same as well.
Yeah.
And the floor gets very cold as well because the floors, where the rudder pedals are, the floor's metal, and that gets very chilly down there.
Yeah, I quite believe it.
Wow. And he's back again this week. I'm pleased to say. Lovely to see him. He's got his headset on. Looks like he's going to take some calls for the call centre soon. It is our legend of all things show notes. It is, of course, it's Nick Codling. Hello, Nick.
Hi, Carlos. How are you doing?
Good to see you. I missed you last week, Nick.
Yeah, so it's 2 weeks in a row for me.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you. Hey, you're right.
Yeah, I'm good. I should own up to the fact that I did wash my car this morning. So, yeah, maybe that was an error.
That was a worthwhile exercise then.
That was a waste of time.
So that means it's going to be horrible weather for everybody else.
Oh, it's your fault it's snowing.
Yeah, but you live in a lovely part of the country, Nick, that, looks stunning when it's all snowy and stuff.
We don't often get it down here because it's sort of, we stick a bit too far out into the North Atlantic. So we sort of tend to be 3 or 4 degrees warmer down here. So yeah, it's very unusual to get any down in this neck of the woods.
And I'm going to challenge you on that one, Carlos, because if it snows here, it's pretty lovely and special as well.
Here in Ayrsham it is, actually, yeah. When it snows, yeah, it's quite nice. Right, shall we have a look and see who's joined us in the YouTube chat room this evening? Let's start off at the top of the list. Mazouz was the first one in there. Hello, Mazouz. He's in there. As always, Richard Adams. Evening all. It certainly is chilly, though not my log burner. Wood burner, he says. Well done, Richard. Nice to see that. We had ours go on the weekend. Again, that was very nice. Who else have we got? Tanya is also in there. Apparently, Tanya's saying that she was supposed to get some snow this morning, but it was just rain. Oh, same here. Darren Smith's in there. It's good to see you, Darren, in there. We've got Logan Lynch of ND. Hello, everyone, he says. Richard E. Flagg. Hello to you, Richard. Good to see you in there. And thanks for adding me to that Facebook group this week, Richard. That was very kind of you. We've also got John Falk. No snow here, he says. But in the highest point in the Ardennes. Yes, apparently, he says. We've got Masha. Hello, everyone. She's got a few little clouds over there, Masha. She's got some snow, possibly. You never know. Who else have we got? Darren Smith is commenting on the Jet 2 story we've got coming up later. Bill's in there. Hello, all, says Bill. Good to see you, Bill. And Hobby Time as well is in there saying, hi, guys. Hi, Hobby Time. Thanks, everyone, for joining us this evening. Don't forget, if you're listening to us as an audio podcast, we are live on YouTube, 7 o'clock, Wednesday night. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell icon when we are going live to be notified when Matt hits the live button. It's as easy as that. Right. So we have got quite a bit to get through tonight, as we said, including that mammoth Retro Airline Ad of the week, which is very funny this week, I will say. But if all the team are ready... Oh, hello, Tracy D. She's just popped in. Hello, Tracy. If all the team's ready, shall we do some news?
Yes.
The captain has turned on the seatbelt light. Please take your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
Well, I don't think we'd be reading a story like this again quite so soon, Mr. Bones, but on the bbc.co.uk, Blue Island ceases trading and cancels all flights. So the news broke earlier this week that Channel Islands carrier here in the UK, Blue Islands, has entered liquidation, suspended all trading, and the airline says all future flights are cancelled. Authorities in neighbouring Guernsey have impounded 2 of its ATR 72 aircraft and in a move to recover monies owed. The airline reportedly owes the government of Jersey a debt of around £9.1 million. The government had previously loaned the carrier around $8.5 million during the COVID-19 pandemic and later months. Jersey's Minister for Treasury and Resources, Elaine Millar, said that contingency plans are in place and that priority will go to reinstating essential services such as medical transfers. The government is working with an alternative airline to ensure reliable, sustainable air links in the long term. Passengers are being told that if you book directly with Blue Island, you should contact your bank card provider. If your booking was via co-chair partner Aeroguinea Air Services, you should contact Aeroguinea because some flights may still operate. Bailiwick Airline Aeroguinea began its rescue flights on Saturday, followed by Logan Air on Sunday to replace the cancelled routes to destinations including Guernsey, Exeter and Southampton. 2 Logan Air planes landed in Jersey within 36 hours of the announcement. The government of Jersey said it had paid contingency costs to secure these services. CEO Luke Farhala said 3 sets of crews had flown over to cover the routes and that the company would be holding recruitment days on Monday and Tuesday in St Helier. He added the airline wanted to ramp up a full schedule by March following the initial rescue flights. He said, "We very much hope that people who are employed by Blue Islands, if there is a job to map across to Loganair, can come and work for Loganair. We're going to need them," he said. "We don't like to see other airlines going out of business, but if I look purely at this as a commercial picture, Loganair in the Channel Islands is a good fit." Blue Airlines was launched back in 2006, with its origins dating back to 1999 when it was formed initially as Le Coq Air Link to supply perishable goods to the Channel Islands and Alderney from Bournemouth using Britain-Norman Islanders, according to its website. First passenger services began back in 2002 and 2003. The trading name of Rockhopper was adopted. In 2006, the airline rebranded as Blue Islands. So another one gone, Nev?
Yes, Aurigny have taken up some of the slack here, as well as Loganair as well. But I'm just sounding like a stuck record now, because every week I go, why can't we do regional ops properly in the UK and Channel Islands? Now, I did read that the maintenance costs of ATR 72 aircraft are on the high side, but honestly, with the demand that's there, surely they can find a way of running this properly. But also, it's not just leisure travel, that there's business travel. There's also medical operations as well that go on, things that can't be done in Jersey or Guernsey, for example. Often patients are flown to Southampton or to Exeter as well. So these routes are absolutely vital to keep all that connectivity running. And it's an absolute tragedy again that people are having the same conversation as they were, what was it, a fortnight or 3 weeks ago with Eastern as well.
Mm. Have you seen these guys out, Andy?
Yeah, I've seen Blue Islands often when I've been down in the Channel Islands. It's sad that an airline's failed. The good news is a lot of the crew will end up working either at Aurigny or Loganair, because they will take on the routes and probably the same aircraft as well. They'll just get them from the lesser that Blue Islands used. It was only last week we were talking as well about Skybus had taken over the New Quay Gatwick route, and they'd subcontracted that to Blue Islands. So Loganair will probably take that now as well. Blue Islands has always been a very small airline in comparison to Aurigny from out of the Channel Islands. And, excuse me, Loganair has been desperate to expand into that area as well. So I think everybody will end up with jobs here at the end of the day, including ground crew, cabin crew, everybody. It's just a shame that they have to go through the torment of losing their jobs and then having to find another one.
Andy, do you think that the Loganair Embraers would suit those routes better than the ATRs?
Potentially. The load factor might be the issue there, because operating an ATR is far cheaper than a jet, ultimately. Maintenance, probably very similar. So it could work on some occasions to sub an ATR for an Embraer, which is great as well, because the airline has that capacity, whereas Blue Islands was just an ATR operator. So I think there's a lot that Loganair can get out of this in the expansion.
Yeah, because he weren't far from you, Nick, down your sort of neck of the woods, sort of Southampton kind of.
Yeah, they flew a lot out of Exeter, actually. So I used to see them. I used to work near the airport, and I would pretty much see one of their aircraft every day. They had a regular flight that departed around the time when I was arriving into work. So, and I know that one of their aircraft is now back at Exeter Airport. So whether that will end up getting rebranded as a Loganair, I guess remains to be seen. But yeah, it's, I guess, disappointing on the one hand, but on the other, as Andy's saying, it looks like, if all the operations personnel are still going to need to be in place if those flights are going to continue on under another brand. So hopefully it won't have too much of an impact.
Yeah, hopefully people will keep their jobs, keep employed, because this is not a brilliant time of the year for some. Well, it's never a good time of the year for something like this to happen, but near Christmas time is an awful time to be made redundant and lose your job. Definitely. Andy, next one for you. Moving to Gatwick.
Yes. Yes, this is from the BBC.co.uk, and it's Jet2 has announced it is to offer flights from Gatwick Airport for the first time. The airline said it has secured slots for 6 aircraft following the release of additional capacity by the West Sussex Airport. Hundreds of jobs will be created in the region, including pilots, cabin crew, engineering and ground operations, a Jet2 spokesperson said. The company will initially offer flights to 29 destinations, including mainland Spain, the Canary Islands, the Balearic Islands, Greece, Turkey, Portugal, Malta, Italy, Croatia, Bulgaria and Cyprus. Jet2's maiden departure from Gatwick will fly to Tenerife in Spain on the 26th of March next year. Gatwick Airport is the 14th UK base for Jet2, and it will house 5 of the firm's single-aisle twin-engine aircraft with a further plane positioned overseas. Jet2's chief executive Steve Heapy described it as an incredibly exciting moment, with Gatwick Airport chief executive Pierre Hughes Schmidt said he was thrilled to mark an exciting new chapter for our passengers across the southeast and beyond. But meanwhile, budget carrier Wizz Air has announced it will move aircraft and capacity from London Gatwick to London Luton Airport, citing high costs and inefficient slot allocations at Gatwick. The CEO said Gatwick offered an inferior set of slots and was no longer financially sustainable for the airline. The move will initially involve 1 aircraft being shifted permanently to bring Luton's base to 13 aircraft and Gatwick's base to 7 aircraft, with further fleet and capacity relocation likely. Wizz confirmed it has no immediate plans to exit Gatwick entirely, but aims to expand its operations at Luton, where operating costs are lower and slot access is better. So there we go, another base for Jet2.
They certainly are ramping things up. They are a very popular airline, it's safe to say. Doing well, I think, in this current climate. But
they have been doing routes out. Oh no, they haven't, have they? No. I was trying to think who is, because James normally flies via Jet2, but of course he didn't, did he? He flew with someone else coming, but when he came back a few months back, didn't he, with the dogs? Because it was having to fly out of Gatwick for that, wasn't it?
They have done routes into Gatwick from other bases before.
Okay.
Especially because they have aircraft based in, I know definitely Alicante, because where it says in the story here, 1 aircraft is positioned overseas, so a slot for that is to allow it to operate in, whereas the other 5 aircraft will be based there. Because I remember I've flown for a while. They did Newcastle Gatwick many years ago, so they have flown in and out, but this is the first time they're going to have an operational base there.
That's good news, especially for people who live in and around London who want, because it's probably going to be bargains as usual with Jet2 with the flights from there. So be interesting to see. Actually, I might have a little look later on in the year as to see how much their flights are going to be costing flying, if they do standalone flights, not just package deals from there. Be interesting to see. Matt, we're heading off to Dubai.
Now, I guess based on this, it was probably about this time. Was it about this time when you and Nev went then before? Because I guess they normally have it around about
to the air show. It was, yes, 2019. Gosh.
Yeah. Gosh. Goodness me, that seems like an age ago now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's so anyway. The headline on there's several sources on this from AIN Online, Skift.com, and Aviation Week. These are the sources on this particular story. And the headline is: Emirates opens Dubai Air Show with giant Boeing order. Ooh, and a Starlink deal as well. So Emirates has kicked off the Dubai Air Show with a massive new aircraft order and a major passenger experience upgrade. The airline confirmed on Monday an additional 65 Boeing 777X aircraft worth £38 billion at list prices. This takes Emirates' total 777X commitment to 270 jets, with the order including options to change the 777-9 order to the similar 777-8 or larger 777-10 variants, pending a feasibility study. The move is also a big win for GE Aerospace, bringing Emirates' total GE9X engine orders to 540. In response, and with Emirates impressing pressure, Interesting combination of words. Airbus commercial CEO Christian Schrerer has confirmed that they are studying a potential stretch version of the A350 to rival the 777X. Industry sources say that Airbus's idea for a bigger plane was previously aired under the label A350-2000 at a time when Boeing was already studying the potential 777-10X. However, Emirates President Sir Tim Clark thinks that it will be harder for Airbus to do a larger version of the aircraft than for Boeing to stretch the 777, partly because it would have to be a new engine for the Dash 2000. The Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-97 does not have the capabilities under our conditions, noting the hot and dusty environment Emirates operates in. At the same time, Emirates announced that passengers will soon experience high-speed Starlink Wi-Fi on board their aircraft. The 777-300ER, currently on display Alpha 6 Echo Papa Foxtrot, is due to operate the first Starlink-equipped service after it leaves the air show on November the 23rd, with the A380 fleet to follow from February 2026. Emirates plans to retrofit the entire wide-body fleet, 232 aircraft, by mid-2027 at a rate of approximately 14 aircraft per month, installing 2 Starlink antennas on every 777 and 3 on each A380 is an industry first. Live TV via Starlink will initially be available through personal devices and then through seatback screens from late December. On Wednesday, Emirates ordered 8 additional A350-900 aircraft to bring the total undelivered orders to 375 wide-body aircraft across the passenger and freight fleets. So more Dubai Air news, by the way. We'll come back to the other notes in a moment, but more Dubai Air Show news elsewhere during the international fly Dubai signed an MOU. What does MOU mean? What does it mean?
Memorandum of Understanding.
Okay. For 150 A321 NEOs plus 100 options for a memorandum of understanding for 75 Boeing 737 MAX aircraft plus 75 options. This is a significant departure from the all Boeing fleet currently in place. The airline now has orders for 298 aircraft, including 51 MAX 8s, 67 MAX 9s, and 30 787-9s. Ethiopian Airlines made headlines on the first day of the Dubai Air Show by ordering another 11 examples of the Boeing 737 MAX 8. Despite its challenging history with the type, it also ordered another 6 A350-900s. Its commitment to Airbus, Boeing and ATR signals its intentions of becoming an even larger and more diverse carrier as it looks to retain its crown as not only the largest airline in Africa by fleet size, but also the one with the youngest aircraft.
It's all very well having these orders, but you got to clear up the 10 million aircraft backlog that you've already got first.
Yeah, this is the problem, isn't it?
When I was a salesman back in the day, well, nearly a year ago, when people pointed out to me, "Oh, well, we can't deliver this," and I said, "Well, I'm just selling them, mate. That's my job. It's your job to build them." Now, I did have some sympathy for my manufacturing chums as well, but the backlogs that are going on at Boeing and Airbus are just massive, aren't they? But it's incredible at the rate that Emirates are placing orders with the factories, isn't it? Really amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
And in fact,
they need to start. Oh, sorry, mate. They need to start preparing for the demise of the A380, essentially, because that's not going to go on forever. There's no more new airframes. Most of the older airframes that are out in the desert aren't in use, like Global's aircraft. Oh, did I say that? So yeah, then, and the future's twin engine as well.
And also, we just sort of slipped into the story there. The A350-2000, Andy, is that a real thing? Do you think?
Well, let's think here. Airbus have done this before for other airlines. They've created special versions of airframes for Singapore for their ultra long haul between Singapore and New York. The A360 500 was originally designed for very specific specification for one airline. I can't remember which one. So yeah. And if you've got an airline like Emirates that has historically bought a lot of aeroplanes from you, they're going to make concessions and design things in the way you want them.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll be interesting to see that. And they mentioned in that article that obviously Rolls-Royce need to have a look at this because, or other engine manufacturers do, because of the hot and dusty environments that they're operating out of course.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. Do we think though? I mean, genuinely, Nev, you touched on that sort of briefly, didn't you? About that, but of course, are they taking a huge risk here? Because the delays are quite significant at the moment, aren't they? They're taking quite a risk on doubling down so heavy on the 777X with those delays. I mean, is that going to be? Does that just mean it's going to be massively delayed and they're not able to complete it, in the time frame they've got in mind? Or do you think Boeing are going to step things up and sort of meet the targets?
Boeing will always say that they'll meet the target. But when you sign a contract for these aircraft, there's all sorts of delay clauses built in and compensation. And Emirates know that they can keep their other fleets running for X amount of years beyond where they originally planned to have them. So you make the order with all these promises from Neville Bounds, salesman, trying to sell you the absolute dream here. But you make sure it's written in the contract that every month it's delayed, per airframe, that costs X million dollars. And the airline manufacturers always sign these things going, yeah, we'll sort it all out. So it's win-win for Emirates ultimately if it's delayed. And it's the same for all airlines. So that's why they get these big orders at these events, because they incentivize them to go, well, look, you get them on time, you get them at the cost price. If not, we owe you money.
Yeah.
You fancy job working for Boeing, Nick?
No, not currently. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like we touched on it a bit last week, didn't we? Saying that they're doing a lot of scaling up and having to try to kind of build back up to being a much bigger organization than they currently are. And I think, COVID probably affected that quite a bit.
Yeah.
And they're now sort of trying to get back to the stage where they're able to try and maintain the output in order to catch up with Airbus. And that's not going to happen overnight, is it?
No.
No. But I find it extraordinary that the sales figures are just so buoyant at the moment, and there just seems to be so many airlines spending an awful lot of money on aircraft that they're probably not going to see for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
New name in the chat room, Cameron Cornish, says reinstate the A380 production, king of the skies.
Yeah.
As Andy
said,
the days of 4 engines are.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, going back to the Wi-Fi thing, by the way, because this is the second story that we've had in as many weeks where airlines are going down the Starlink route for their sort of in-flight internet. But I mean, how many people do you think would choose an airline based on the Wi-Fi service that was available? I'm going to say almost no one.
Depends. I don't know how Gen Z and Gen Alpha work these days, but for our bracket, no one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong.
It's seen how good the Starlink is, doesn't it? I think it's interesting. They're talking about putting 3 Starlink antennas on an A380, and they're obviously trying to make sure that they're achieving, a decent amount of bandwidth in order to be able to serve all of the cabin. But it does look as though it's moving towards that time, doesn't it, whereby we're having to take our own devices on board and presumably use streaming services for our entertainment,
which I don't have a problem with, to be honest with you. As I say,
I think if the Wi-Fi is good enough,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, totally agree with you on that one. But
I mean, you're a few miles closer to the satellite up there. That might help.
good point. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is it. I mean, as I say, I've used a couple of services that I've been projects I've been involved in, and they've used Starlink, and it's absolutely fine. As I say, the only issue for me is you can't get a fixed IP for it, even on the premium business platform, and that for a lot of the things that I would otherwise use it for, useless because I need that fixed IP.
Like streaming a podcast.
Well, quite
Live.
absolutely. Yeah, indeed.
Right, Nev, what are Boeing up to?
Well, training is expensive in the airline world, and frankly, I've seen Andy's hourly rate, and it's a big number,
Award-winning.
but also it's just about the hardware as well. And it's on this story's on AIN Online, and it says that Boeing has launched its latest training platform, Virtual Airplane, which it describes as an accessible and customizable tool to augment pilot training outside of traditional environments. The 737 MAX Procedures Trainer is the first element to go live, with the OEM promising additional Boeing models coming soon. Virtual Airplane is powered by cloud computing platform Microsoft Azure and Microsoft Flight Simulator. According to Boeing, the tool is designed to empower pilots and flight training teams with immersive, accessible, and customizable tools that elevate pilot learning and readiness. With the application suitable for both computers and iPads, Boeing intends this ease of accessibility to help reduce simulator familiarization time and improve readiness before working with flight training devices. Students can make the most of the learning opportunity through an intuitive, configurable self-service authoring function that allows customization of the content. This built-in configurability also allows airlines to launch or change procedures specific to their own operations, further accelerating their students' learning. Chris Raymond, who's CEO of Boeing Global Services, believes that the new software will significantly impact how and when pilots operate and operators train, and reflects Boeing's commitment to digital innovation. We were talking about this the other week, Andy, weren't we? About what I would describe as sort of offline training rather than always, utilising all the simulators time.
Yeah, absolutely. When I learned to fly big jets, I mean, it was only 15, 16 years ago, we were still sat in front of what is known as a cardboard bomber, where it's a cardboard cutout of the flight deck, and you'd pretend to push the buttons and work out your flows and stuff like that. And then towards the end of my training came along the touch panel trainers, which got even better. And now there's lots of companies out there that already provide this sort of stuff, but it's really good to see the OEMs now providing it as well, because hopefully then it comes as part of the package when you buy the airframe. And some have gone even further. I was at a conference a couple of weeks back, and I saw a system with it was a Meta Quest 3 headset, which I actually own one of those, but you pop it on and then you're in a virtual cockpit, and it's showing you where the buttons are if you're looking for them. It's got labels and tags on them and stuff like that. It's the future. I mean, it can save you so much expensive sim time doing this on a £300 headset device for a few days before you actually go in the sim. I mean, £300 is less than an hour's worth of sim time in total cost, and you can use it again and again and again and again. I think it's brilliant. But it's really good that the manufacturers are now starting to get involved in this.
I love it. Just sort of save up a few £1,000,000 and have that home sim fitted in my garage here at home. Then my
Well,
life
you wouldn't be going to work, would you? Because you'd be too busy doing that.
No.
Well, that's funny you should say that, Carlos. It's not in the stories here, but have you seen the 747 simulator at Manchester, the one made from the from the BA 747? That's up for sale, mate. Just saying.
Up for sale? Is it?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next story. She's just outside the room. Nick, you've got the next story. It'd be interesting to see what Nev and Matt think of this, being the tech geeks on the show, because I found this story this week and it looks really cool.
I'm actually more interested in how much that 747's for sale for. But
I'm no Googling it.
that's another matter entirely. We'll talk about that later. So this one's from AIN Online, and the headline is Lufthansa unveils smart tray table with touchscreen tech. So Lufthansa Technik is demonstrating a miniaturized version of its hidden touch display incorporated into a folding tray table at its Dubai Air Show exhibit. The Nice IntelliTable is a high-definition touchscreen blended into the haptic surface of cabin fixtures such as tray tables. The hidden touch display can be incorporated into various surface materials such as wood, carbon fibre and metal, allowing the haptic controls to be used when needed while remaining unobtrusive. When switched off, it is resistant to spills and physical contact. And the haptic smart surface, The haptic surface's smart and intuitive display functions only appear on the passenger's request and just as seamlessly vanish into the tray table's thin foldable surface when no longer needed, according to Lufthansa Technik. At the Dubai Air Show, visitors will have the opportunity to explore the Nice IntelliTable's various functions, including flight information with a moving map, seat adjustment controls, food and beverage options with a built-in ordering system, music and video players, and a digital magazine flipbook. The smart surface can either be switched off or minimized to an edge of the tray and summoned when needed. Sometimes there seems to be a disconnect between how airlines and VIP operators design their control solutions and how their passengers actually interact with the cabin environment, said Andrew Muirhead, Lufthansa Technik VP of Original Equipment and Special Aircraft Services. To get rid of traditional control interfaces, which sometimes can feel bulky and outdated, we are permanently rethinking how technology integrates with interior design, creating more cohesive and natural interactions. The Nice IntelliTable exemplifies this approach, redefining VIP, but also commercial, business or first-class cabins through a more intuitive and seamless technology that puts both the passenger experience and airline needs at the centre.
I've got a question for Nev. As the man who's travelled the most regularly out of all of us, in the passenger cabin anyway, how often have you got on board and they've said, "I'm very sorry, sir, your in-flight display is not working today"?
Quite often on transatlantic stuff, yes. Although, of course, most of my flying's been within Europe, so it's been a 2 to 3 hour flight, and it hasn't really mattered. But I'm sure the cabin crew could do without all of the aggro that goes with non-functioning in-flight entertainment stuff, because they've got to note it, and they've got, then people want Avios or whatever it is as compensation. I mean, I'm all for new tech and for making life easier, but it does bring with it extra sort of responsibility almost for the cabin crew, which they could well do without when they're trying to prep the aircraft and look after people.
Yeah, Darren Smith points out quite true, quite really. He says, Darren says, careful where you pour out your red wine. I mean, they'd have to make them pretty robust.
Yeah, that was my first thought, actually, was that these things, an aircraft cabin is very typically used in a high turnover for the airlines are trying to maximize the usage as much as possible, and as such they get beaten around and they get used a lot, and these things are going to have to be really bomb proof. I mean, Lufthansa Technik aren't daft, they're a highly respected organization, so they know what they're doing, but and I can actually see where there would be sort of situations where, ordering food and drinks and stuff like that, it could kind of streamline the process for the crew. So I think it definitely sounds like it could have some benefits.
It did say in the story that if there was that essentially it would become very robust when it was off, so you could essentially pour stuff over it, wipe it, and all that kind of thing. But it did say only when it was off, which was a bit strange.
Yeah.
Now I'd sort of assume that really it wouldn't matter either way, because if it's okay when it's off, then surely it should be okay when it's on.
It's also the tray table's thin foldable surface. How thin?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, has anyone ever tried one of those foldable phones? The foldable
One
screen?
of my
Like,
work
I've always
colleagues has
been-
got one, but it's
Okay.
awful. I
I just
would
feel
never
like
have
in
one.
3 years' time that it's just going to break, isn't it? And it's
Yeah.
it's going to be one of those things that it's. Yes, I think there should always be an element of us trying to push the design and what we can achieve with new technologies. But in order to make it robust enough to be able to withstand, toddlers and angry passengers and stuff getting bumped into and spilt on it, it's going to have.
What's
to be
wrong
pretty
with
tough.
good old-fashioned, what can I get for you?
Yeah.
I'm
Service.
surprised they've not put this on the flight deck for you guys, Andy, on the Airbus, where your pull-out table is in front of you. Have a little pull-out.
There's a reason why, Carlos. It's not reliable.
True. Oh. Well, it'd be a slightly different placement of having your flight, your EFB, or on the holder on your left-hand side. You could have it directly in front of you to work on.
I'll keep my EFB to the side and my tray table just as a table, thanks.
Mind you, Bill did make a good comment in the chat room. Said, what happens if they put a placemat over the display to serve your meal on? Well, then you can't watch telly while you're having your food, then. No good. No, I don't know. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Where are we going to? We're going to airlinegeeks.com for this one. And a maintenance error. I remember we covered this story ages ago. The National Transportation Safety Board, the NTSB, has determined that an improper maintenance during a brake system modification led to an American Airlines Boeing 737-800 overrunning the runway at Dallas-Fort Worth last year. According to the final report released Friday, the incident that occurred back in February the 10th last year when Flight 1632 from Washington's Reagan National landed on runway 17 left and experienced a loss of braking effectiveness. According to the summary of the aircraft's cockpit voice recorder published by the NTSB, both pilots tried braking during the in-air landing rollout. The captain asked the first officer, "Do you got any brakes on your side?" The first officer responded, "No." The aircraft came to a stop in the paved overrun area, and all 104 passengers and crew members exited the aircraft without injury. Investigators found that the maintenance personnel had mistakenly swapped the flexible hydraulic hoses connected to the right main landing gear's brake during a recent conversion from steel to carbon brakes. In addition, the wiring harnesses for the left main landing gear wheel speed transducers were cross-connected, meaning the system's anti-skid functions were reversed on both sides of the aircraft. Wow. The misconnection prevented the anti-skid system from properly releasing pressure on the skidding wheels, causing the outboard tyres to fail and extending the aircraft's stopping distance beyond the runway. The NTSB concluded the probable cause was improper maintenance due to human error during a brake system modification, with a contributing factor being the lack of functional check to verify the flexible hydraulic hoses and transducer wiring were connected correctly. The brake modification, completed 4 days before the incident at America's Tulsa maintenance base, replaced the aircraft's steel brakes with carbon brakes and installed new flow limiters as per a Boeing service bulletin. 6 mechanics, each with more than 30 years of experience, worked on the task. One later stated he believed the hoses were installed correctly at the time. Following the event, the carrier revised the engineering order to require mechanics to label hydraulic hoses before removal and to have an inspector verify proper reconnection. The airline also incorporated operational tests to detect swapped hoses or transducer wiring and inspected its entire 737 fleet and updated maintenance manuals to prevent similar errors. Boeing has since issued multiple service bulletins and fleet advisories reminding operators of the risks of crossed hydraulic or electrical connections during brake modifications, and the manufacturer's new guidance adds labelling requirements and procedural checks for maintenance personnel. Oh. So, upgrading the brakes is
Well,
best
the other
stuff.
thing is, I mean, notwithstanding the fact that they've, got the hydraulic hoses, I only said a bad word there, incorrectly fitted. Why do you think carbon brakes aren't fitted on cars? The answer is because there's not enough heat generated in order for them to be very effective. When carbon brakes are used on Formula One cars, they were used on Concorde as well, because of the much higher takeoff and landing speeds. And I just wonder whether this possibly played a part in the lack of effectiveness of braking, perhaps in this situation, because there just wasn't enough heat being generated, as I say, notwithstanding that there was some hose mucking about going on as well. But yeah, so if they're upgrading all the braking systems to carbon, that does need a lot of heat going through it to be effective.
They will be effective, Nev. The amount of kinetic energy from touchdown and application of the brakes, the heat in the brakes can easily top 400 degrees by the time you stop on a hot day. So yeah, there's plenty of energy.
Yeah, gotcha.
I find this very interesting that this aircraft has been around for decades, many, many decades, and we're still finding that the human can mess something up to the point where the manufacturer has to reissue bulletins on how to do it properly. You can design the most perfect system, but us lot can still screw it up.
Yes, I find that Microsoft Word for the Mac is the same thing.
Oh, don't even start me on that. Don't even start me on that.
They've been doing it for a while. Why does it need a 1 gig update? I would have thought they would have got the hang of it by now.
Oh dear, here we go.
Bring back Clippy. That's all I say. He helped me out loads in the past.
Clippy.
Bring back Claris Works. That's what I want.
Bring back anything other than Microsoft Word would be my
Yes, I agree. Use Pages instead.
Yeah,
Far
yeah,
better.
yeah. Far better. I don't Notepad. I really do anything.
Notepad's good.
Yeah. Mind you, if it's any consolation in the Windows world, it's like the Windows 11 updates at the moment are relentless. And I mean relentless, which is a major concern when an air chain for a local radio station that I'm involved in is mostly built now on the Windows 11 platform. It's not something I'd thought of.
Well, we're going off piste here, but my Windows desktop at home that I only use for gaming has told me you can't upgrade to Windows 11. You're on your own now. We're not giving any more security updates. And then I keep getting emails from work because I do not use my work laptop because I hate Windows. And they keep saying, you need to update it to Windows 11. No, I don't. It's a brick in the corner. Let's just leave it there.
Leave it there. Leave it to die. and yet, here I am sat here on the wonderful broadcast tower that we do this program with, which is on Windows 10 and has also been told the same error message that we are unable to upgrade it to Windows 11 because of the stupid 2.0 TPM. Blah. Anyway, by the by, and there it is with a warning telling me that there's an update to be done. Like, we're either not getting updates or we're not getting updates. Like, what's going on? Anyway, we digress slightly. Sorry, got absolutely nothing to do with aviation. We'll move on, shall we?
I don't know. Anyway. Right, Matt. You've got the next story. And get your seatbelt on.
Indeed, Paddle Your Own Canoe, which I'm still convinced is not a real website, but anyway, we'll gloss over that. And the FAA.gov is involved in this story as well. 2 sources on this. And the headline is, the surprising reason European airlines tell you not to wear your seatbelt. Huh? We're all used to the flight attendants reminding us to keep our seatbelts fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence, but in Europe, there's one unusual moment when airlines actually tell passengers not to wear them, and it happens on the ground. During a fast turnaround when the aircraft is being prepared for its next flight, many European airlines board passengers while refuelling is still in progress. Regulators consider this a fire risk scenario, and if an evacuation were required, they don't want passengers delayed by a stuck or unfamiliar seatbelt until the safety demonstration is complete. The instruction is often keep seatbelts unfastened during refuelling. Low-cost carriers like Ryanair, famous for its 25-minute turnaround, routinely overlap tasks, cleaning, boarding, baggage loading and refueling to maximise aircraft usage within tight airport curfews. In the United States, procedures differ. Passengers usually keep their seatbelts fastened during boarding, but the main cabin door must stay open until refueling is complete. And while some US airlines also ask passengers to leave seatbelts unfastened during refueling, this isn't an FAA mandated rule. Several other small but surprising safety differences exist outside the US. Window shades must be open for taxi, takeoff and landing. USB cables and chargers must often be unplugged due to the evacuation trip hazards. Some airlines enforce the use of airline-provided headsets for takeoff and landing, as these are designed to break easily in emergency situations. Hand luggage is banned from overhead wing exit rows for the same reason. Infants under 2 use loop belts attached to a parent's seatbelt, something that's specifically banned in the US for taxi takeoff and landing. During cruise, it's not specifically banned. So there we go. Yeah.
Well, there's many rules regarding refueling, and it also depends on the airport you're flying into as well.
Oh, really?
Yes, some will not allow refueling with passengers on board at all. Some will only allow it if the airport fire crew are in attendance. Some you have to have one of the pilots outside as a direct link between the refueler and the flight deck, so sort of a relay if there's an issue. It's unbelievable the amount of variation in regulations depending on where you fly. But it does make perfect sense not to have your seatbelt fastened.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. We fly into many places where you have to tell the cabin crew, okay, there's going to be a bit of a delay because we're not allowed to refuel on board here. Yeah, it's all very airfield dependent.
What's your take on it, Andy? I mean, would you say how do you feel about the US rule where, like, essentially they can refuel, but like you mustn't be wearing your seatbelt at the time?
Yeah, I mean, it says there as well, but the main cabin door must stay open. It's the same in Europe. The doors have got to be open and your seatbelts have got to be off.
Okay.
Because if you've got a fire from refueling, that is going to go very quick and you want everybody off pronto. And it's a fair point as well, especially in Europe. I think it's stated in there. I mean, I don't know who hasn't been on an aeroplane, but if it is your first time on an aeroplane, you haven't seen the brief as to how you unfasten the thing. And it can, if you think about it and you didn't know how it worked, you plug it in and then it just looks like a homogeneous lump of metal. You might not know how to undo it. So I think we should have the same regulations worldwide around refueling and boarding at the same time.
There we go.
Interesting.
Follow the rules. Especially when you're flying at cruise, keep the seatbelt loosely fastened. That's
just
my
in case
advice.
you encounter any
case.
unexpected turbulence.
Exactly. Nev, we're heading off to eVTOL land again.
Oh yes, the murky world that is eVTOL. This is going to cause some discussion, I'm sure. It's on the UKAviation.news website, and it says that UK CAA has published a new eVTOL delivery model, laying out how electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft could enter commercial service from 2028. Yes, you did hear that correctly. It's one of the clearest regulatory roadmaps yet for integrating electric air taxis into UK airspace. Well, Bristol-based manufacturer of Vertical Aerospace, which is developing the 5-seat VX4 eVTOL, says the framework finally gives the industry confidence that these aircraft are moving from concept to commercial reality. The CAA's model explains how new aircraft will be certified, how vertiports might be built, and how flight rules and safety oversight will work. It also aligns with international regulators, helping ensure global compatibility. The move comes as the UK increases support for sustainable aviation through schemes like Future Flight and the Jet Zero Council. Vertical Aerospace, backed by partners including Rolls-Royce, Honeywell and GKN, aims to continue flight testing through 2026, with certification targeted by the time eVTOL operators become viable later in the decade. The company already has pre-orders from major carriers including Virgin Atlantic and American Airlines. Whilst challenges remain around battery technology, airspace integration and public acceptance, Vertical Aerospace says that the CAA's roadmap is a crucial step toward making zero-emission flights part of everyday life. Do you remember the 400th show?
I do.
Where Neil Cloughley from Faraday Aerospace gave us a very, very interesting presentation about the challenges that are involved with this technology. And he's been doing it a long time. And talking of people eating their hats, I shall eat my hat if I had one. If this gets... these sort of aircraft enter commercial service from 2028. I'm sorry, it's an absolute non-starter, in my personal opinion.
I think it's got more chance than global.
Okay.
I mean, if the CAA is putting down a roadmap, then they think there's some future here. It has to, otherwise it wouldn't entertain it.
I mean, I don't.
But what that future is, I don't know. I don't think this is going to become mass transportation that replaces roads or traditional helicopters for now. But who knows what's going to happen in the future? And why call them vertiports as well? Just keep calling them heliports. The same thing, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, I every fibre of my being wants them to find a solution to this, and the problem I think still remains the batteries just aren't up to it. And I remember from the 400th that you mentioned there, Nev, I mean, that was one of the things that was so fascinating, was the discussion that Neil very kindly sort of had with us all about the battery technology and all that kind of thing. And that is the problem, isn't it? The thing is that just the capacity just isn't there at this point, which is why, certain, it's like one model was to look at like different methods of powering it, whether it be with a small, much smaller, like essentially generator, to generate that electricity.
Yeah, that was his point. And he's also questioning about the funding of these projects as well, and also on the technical side, the problem of thermal runaway and thermal management of these battery systems. Now, as he also pointed out, to be fair, things are improving all the time. But as he also said, you cannot have a situation at 9,000 feet where you've got a thermal runaway of the battery technology. So let's see. I follow it with great interest, but personally speaking, I do remain quite sceptical, I have to say.
Yeah.
So, now, Andy, you've got the next one.
Yes, this is from travelweekly.co.uk. Virgin Atlantic boosts coffers with $745 million Heathrow slots loan. Virgin Atlantic will invest in its fleet following the completion of a $745 million loan agreement based on its takeoff and landing slots at Heathrow. In a statement, the airline said the senior secured financing deal with asset management firm Apollo will further strengthen Virgin Atlantic's balance sheet and fund the airline's continued investment in its award-winning premium customer experience. This includes the complete refurbishment of its Boeing 787-9 fleet, introducing upgraded interiors and expanded upper class and premium cabins from 2028. From the third quarter of 26, 10 new Airbus A330neo aircraft will also join the fleet, featuring expanded premium cabins and 6 retreat suites. The financing will also support the introduction of free streaming quality Wi-Fi across the fleet, powered by Starlink again. Recently, Virgin Atlantic has announced new routes to Seoul, Korea, starting March in 2026, and Phuket, Thailand, for the winter 26-27 season. They've also formed a new partnership with Inter-Caribbean Airways and expanded its agreements with Caribbean Airlines to offer more connections in the Caribbean. This will include an increase in inter-island flights from this winter. So, have they taken this loan against its own slots at Heathrow? It doesn't really explain it very well in this article. Or have they sold slots?
It just says loan agreement, doesn't it? Which doesn't tell you very much.
I think they've used their slots as kind of collateral, haven't they?
Collateral.
Yeah. As security.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money, though, isn't it? $754 million.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because we often do stories about refits and, you know, talking about airlines kind of upgrading their suites and all this kind of stuff. And you think there's all this money being sloshed around, and actually, yeah, sometimes even airlines have got to go and take out a loan. So,
for a fleet the size of the Virgin has, though, 745 million is a lot of money.
I figure they know what they're doing.
You'd hope so.
I don't know how big their fleet size is. I'm just quickly looking because I'm intrigued now. Fleet size.
It's not huge.
No, it doesn't say here. No, can't see. No, it doesn't say fleet size. Can't see it on there. But like I said, Andy, their fleet's not massive. I don't know whether you've got those figures on there or not.
Yep, I'll have them in 1 second for you here to tell you the fleet size.
Google says 41 wide body.
Yeah, 43. I've got 43.
Yeah.
So 6
I was going to guess 50.
330-300s, 8 330-900s, 7 350-1000s currently in service. Sorry, they've got 12 of those and 17 787-9s. So 43 in service and 12 on order. That's not a very big airline.
Plus, all they do is long haul, isn't it? Virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here in
their days of short haul are long gone. Do you remember they used to do those? SAS used to operate the shuttle runs for them between Edinburgh and Glasgow and Heathrow. Yeah. Oh, well, let's see what happens. Hope it works for them. But they're going to have to pay that money back sometime.
Right. As we move closer to the festive season, Nick, you've got the last story. And good news for anyone travelling through Munich Airport.
Yeah. Rather bizarrely, this one comes from the NottinghamPost.com. Passengers can skate while they wait at European airports' big festive ice rink. So Munich Airport is welcoming back its enchanting winter wonderland for the 25th time this year, complete with a 600 square metre ice rink and Christmas market. The unexpected location will once again become a cherished tradition for the German city, which is famously known for its Christmas markets. Approximately 40 market stalls adorned with twinkling lights and wreaths will be set up in the airport, offering handmade gift ideas, culinary specialities and festive treats. Visitors can wander around a festive pine forest and snuggle up in the charming huts with a warming mulled wine to fully immerse themselves in the magic. However, that's if you can pull yourself away from the activities on offer, including the massive ice skating rink, open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Visitors can skate and glide across the ice rink all day for just €5. I mean, personally, I would just get into the city centre and just go and hit the beer kellers, but that's just me.
That's exactly what I'd do as well. I will add, this is landside. It's not once you've gone through security and everything else.
So we're not going to see these rinks on the apron or anything like that, are we?
I think that'd be great. Munich's a huge airport. You could fence off an area and have it there, and then just run off to your aircraft. That'd be great.
Having
a bit
tried
bonkers, doesn't it?
ice skating.
It always terrifies me. I always think I'm going to get my fingers chopped off if I fall over.
Yes, that's the last thing you need before you check in for a flight: a broken arm or a broken ankle or several digits removed.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
I always feel like a lot of people go to airports almost out of sufferance, and I feel like when you're in the proximity of such a lovely city such as Munich, I feel like I'd rather just go to Munich.
Yes, certainly the Hofbrauhaus, Lovenbrau, Augustine.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many wonderful places.
And that lovely Bavarian food as well, of course.
Indeed.
There's nothing better than a pork knuckle.
Lovely bit of German sausage.
I have nothing to add.
Oh dear. No, I did try once. I really had a damn good try at ice skating with Dr. Steph over in the US, and just could not. It's just not in my
wheelhouse.
Do you look like Bambi?
Ice skating. Even roller skating's difficult, let alone ice skating. I spent most of the afternoon holding onto the side rails of the skating ring where we were. But at least I can say I tried.
I think it's an age thing as well, because the kids have got absolutely no fear whatsoever. But for some of us a little bit older, we're thinking about damage and broken bones and a trip to accident and emergency, whereas they don't have any of that. So that's probably why they're a lot better than their adult counterparts, I think.
Yeah, just have a few beers, and then even if you hit the ground, you're quite floppy anyway, so you don't damage yourself, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Can you ice skate, Andy?
Yes, I can ice skate, yes.
Really? Seriously?
Of course you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had ice rinks in the north, you know. They've all gone now, actually, but when I was a kid, they were all there. Yeah, it was good fun.
How about you, Nick?
Well, last time I went ice skating, I chose to wear my motorcycle gear, complete with body armour, for very good reason.
I was going to say, that's not a bad shout, to be fair.
Yeah,
That
and
is
it was
not a
great,
bad
because every
shout.
time I fell over, it didn't hurt as much.
But were you supine enough to move around and get the moves on?
What do you think?
I mean, obviously.
Yes. Yes. Christopher Torville, I am not.
But Jane Dean, you are.
Yes.
Well, there we are.
Only on the weekends.
Yes, absolutely.
Richard Adams makes a good point in the chat room, says a few litres of German beer, then ice skating. What could possibly go wrong?
A few litres of German beer, then anything. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Once again, a strong argument.
Holiday insurance. That is the key. Holiday
Very important. Very important.
Yeah, very important. Right. Moving swiftly on. Nev, we've got a rather interesting and very enjoyable Retro Airline Ad of the Week this week, haven't we?
Yes, I hope you're going to enjoy this one, folks. I was looking at it earlier on this afternoon. I think it's a really good one. Well, this week, it's a Retro Airline Ad classic mashup of some of the most funny adverts of all time. And boy, are there a few in this lineup. So sit back and relax for 3 minutes of aviation gold.
For centuries, mankind dreamed of flying. Now, mankind wonders why.
What's this?
It's our all-new reinforcement tape, our compliments. Made from our specially developed material, virtually break-proof. There's no way this bag will accidentally pop open, guaranteed.
Have you ever wondered just what flying is coming to?
Hi, I'm your talking ticket.
Oh.
Do you have baggage?
Oh, yes.
Hi, I'm your talking ticket. Do you have baggage?
I don't have any baggage.
These days, a lot of airlines are crowding more seats into their planes, leaving less room for people.
This little beauty we like to call banquet on a bun, right, Bob?
Banquet on a bun.
I like it. Sit down, Bob. Now with this, you could serve a whole plane load for just pennies. I like it.
I got a 9 a.m. flight.
No problem. Good. What airline?
Alaska.
Alaska.
First time Alaska?
Yes, it is. But airline never take off one time.
First time Alaska.
I've got a baby cheese.
I don't like breakfast.
I'd like a spoon.
If I did like breakfast, I wouldn't like this breakfast.
Hot coffee?
I'd like a spoon.
Yes, I don't think the hearty breakfast agrees with my husband.
Here and there, coming or going, up and down, going or coming. And he always seemed so tired. Dear Jimmy, I only wish he were here to enjoy it.
Aloha, Lydia. Would you like some macadamia nuts?
Thank you. And it's Lydia.
Even the most important dynamic executive can feel downright unimportant.
Miss! Oh, miss!
On a bad flight.
Looks like he's been working non-stop.
Never lets up. That's why he's making the big bucks.
Every time I fly, there's a 3-hour delay. No flight attendant, they hurt us in like
Recent research has shown that people have definite opinions about some airlines.
Our service again? I've never experienced such overt intensity, i.e. hostility.
My bags! Broken bags! Broken bags!
Croutons.
Not just croutons, Jill. Dipped in oil. Jumbo croutons. Takes up lots of room in salad, saving on costly lettuce.
I like it. Furthermore, I had better food in... What's this?
Cramped seating. We have no room for cramped seating. We're already sharing our space with late flight.
What's that?
Trying it.
And furthermore, I had better food in prison.
Prison.
And if you're not there...
Prison.
Prison.
It makes you wonder, what's next?
I'd appreciate it. Do you have 4 quarters for $1? Anybody have 2 quarters for $1? Yes, miss. Do you have 2 quarters for $2? 2 quarters for $5, please? Oh, boy, I'd appreciate it.
On Alaska Airlines, we have low fares too, but you never know it by the way we treat you.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
Wow, that's something of its time, isn't it?
As they say, there's a lot to unpack there, isn't there?
There is an awful lot to unpack.
Yeah, so if you're listening to it as an audio podcast, have a look at the YouTube feed about sort of just about an hour and 10 minutes into the show. And it is extremely funny. And some of it quite true as well.
Yeah.
I mean, how many
It's
times
funny
have
how
things
a lot
happened to
hasn't
you?
changed.
No. No, it really hasn't.
Oh dear. Especially with the sink and the water, you all
Done that.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done that. Because it always seems to come out faster than you think it's going to. And it's just like, oh dear. Anyway.
Bill says, for God's sake, don't show this to Michael O'Leary. No, he's got a good point there. So.
Excellent point. Well made. Yes, absolutely.
And Darren says about the slanted tray. I've had that a few times where you pull the tray table down and it's not level, and you're constantly having to slide everything back up in front of you. I had that a few times, but yes. Anyway, more Retro Airline Ad next week. If I could trawl the internet and find another good one. Right, Nick, we're handing things over to you. It's your giveaway time.
Yeah, so last week I talked about a set of pajamas. I'm just going to hold up to the camera there. So, I was clearing out the loft the other week and decided that these would be better off going to a good new home as somebody will actually use them. So I've got a size large. They're made by the White Company.
Very
brand new, never been worn, still in their original packaging. So yeah, size large. So hopefully that might suit somebody. So we did run the competition last week, but we thought we'd give it another week just to give people a bit of an extra chance. So the question is, back in August, I went over to Normandy to go and see all the D-Day landing beaches, and a big part of the Normandy invasion was getting all of the troops across the channel to come and land in Normandy to help push back the German forces. One of the ways that they did that was using gliders to fill them up with troops and fly them in behind enemy lines. So during that invasion, there were two types of gliders developed for use by the British and American forces. What I want to know is, what was the name of the British glider and how many were built?
Ooh.
I'm sure you can find it on Wikipedia.
I'll just look at the correct answers that have been sent in.
But please don't put it in the chat room. But yeah, get your emails in, podcast@planetalkinguk.com, and I would imagine we will probably do a draw next week.
That we shall. We've had some correct answers in, I might say. I think all the answers we've had in so far have all been correct answers, Nick, if I'm right.
Good. Yeah, I mean, I went and saw a replica glider. I've got a terrible memory, so I can't actually remember how many it was off the top of my head that were built. As far as I'm aware, there's only one left in existence, a real one, which is somewhere in the UK.
Right, now it's time for news of our upcoming large show. So next year, Nev, we're having a very special meet-up, aren't we, to celebrate a rather large milestone.
Well, yeah, I was just seeing Mark's comment in the chat room. We were just talking about the 400th show earlier on. We're now talking about the 600th show, which is not that far away, actually. The date is Friday, the 22nd of May, 2026. Now, I realise that's 6 months away, but these things don't plan themselves, and we've got to be doing a lot of planning on this side of the microphone to make sure that it all works and it all happens. The venue for it is the Imperial War Museum at Duxford in the UK, and we are using the Airside Suite, which is part of their conference facility. It's a fantastic venue, I've got to say, and it's overlooking the airfield. So I'm hoping also by May we'll have some nice weather. Now, because we are paying quite a lot of money to bring this to you, there is an entry fee payable, which is £60 sterling, and that's payable to us by the 1st of April 2026, if you would like to come, to the PTUK Patreon or PayPal account. Details of those are on the Support the Show banner, which is on the front page of our website. This is what it gives you. It's a complimentary 1 hour admission to the museum, although I did find out during my recce the other day that this isn't actually policed, so make of that what you will. We're going to be having a couple of special guests doing presentations, as in previous years. We're just starting to put some feelers out to folks that would like to do that. If you're coming by car, there's free dedicated on-site parking for our guests. So rather than using the public car park, they've got a special conference parking area right next to the facility, which is really good. It also includes all tea and coffee breaks during the day with cookies, fresh fruit and a buffet lunch included in the entry price. A few people have asked me about what time it's all starting and what have you. I would imagine that if you do your museum visit in the morning at some point, I think I'm right in saying that the museum opens at 10 o'clock in the morning. And then about 12:30, we'll have lunch. So you can come back to the conference room for that. And then from 2 o'clock onwards, or thereabouts, we'll start the live broadcast of our 600th show. Around that area, there's plenty of reasonably priced accommodation, which is local to Duxford. So if you are thinking of coming and you require it, I would just suggest you book early. It is down to yourselves to book your own hotel and to pay for your own hotel as well. Now, Carlos and I are staying at the Duxford Hotel, Cambridge South, which is in Whittlesford, which is just the next village up from Duxford, actually. Just a three-minute drive. From
Me three. I've literally just booked mine. You were talking about it.
Yeah, we've I booked it on when did I do it, Carlos? Was it Wednesday? No, Tuesday. Monday it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, some stop press news there then. That's fantastic. So it's just down the road from the IWM, and we'll have cars and we'll be able to assist with transport. In the evening, there's a venue called the Red Lion Hotel, which is directly opposite the Duxford Hotel, easily within a 30-second walk, literally across the pavement. Now, we're going to have a dinner there, which is, again, will be a sort of pay for yourself thing, and you will have to pre-order your food. So I'll get menus sorted out, and the restaurant are going to need that information by the 30th of April at the latest. Again, that sounds a long way off, but I just want to make sure that we are all getting it organised. If you would like to come, please send your request to attend to podcast@planetalkinguk.com. We'll send you a confirmation email after we've received your payment, and you can also let us know if you've got any dietary requirements as well, so that we can inform the catering team at Duxford for the lunch during the day. There are limited spaces available, and people have been contacting us at a fair old rate of knots, so don't leave it too late. So if you would like to come, we've probably got about between 40 and 50 spaces, something like that, and already I would say nearly half of those have been gone so far. So if you would like to come, drop us a note to podcast@planetalkinguk.com, and we'll do our very best to accommodate you. I say you haven't got to pay us until the 1st of April, your £60. If you want to pay us before, that's absolutely fine. Or if you need to save up, please do, and just pay us before the 1st of April next year.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome day, and as Nev said, and we've also got some people coming in from the US, and all being well, we should have hopefully a full crew at the 600th. Armando is going to be joining us as well, as long as everything lines up right. He's very much going to come over, and there's also possibly going to be a couple of other surprise visitors coming over from the US as well, joining us for the show, as well as a few other UK famous podcasters, I'll just say. But Nick, hopefully you'll be able to join us in the lovely Duxford for that.
Yes, I will have to look at getting the hotel booked. If you could, ping me over a link to that, I'll make sure I get that booked. But nothing in my calendar at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be a great. Really looking forward to it. Like Nev said, it seems like it's ages off, but it'll soon be. We've got Christmas just around the corner. Soon as Christmas is gone, we're going to be jumping straight into 2026. So it'll soon be here, won't it, Nev?
Yes, and the reason I want to get it booked is because of the venue. It's quite a busy sort of conference time of year as well. And the Friday, we were going to try and hold it on the Saturday, but there's already an event on there, so we'll do it on the Friday instead. But just to recap of the date, then it's Friday, the 22nd of May, 2026, at the Imperial War Museum, Duxford, in the Airside Suite.
Right. It's time for Nev's favourite part of the show, and I'm sure that he chose all the stories for... No, you didn't, did you, Nev, this week? No. But it's time for the military segment. So, Matt, if you would very kindly press the button.
What's up, bogeys? 13550, Angel 16, heading 340. Okay. 100 St. Bogeys.
And the first story this week is from ArmyRecognition.com. So if you're bored of the F-35s and F-22s, don't worry. US Air Force Chief of Staff confirms that the F-47 next generation fighter jet is going to be first flying in 2028. Speaking at a briefing and relayed by Defense Index X account on November the 12th, this year, General David Alvin confirmed that the Air Force's F-47 fighter jet developed under the Next Generation Air Dominance Program is on track for its inaugural flight in 2028. The F-47, designed by Boeing, represents a pivotal step in maintaining US air dominance as legacy F-22 Raptors near the end of their operational lifespan. Really? God, I've only been about 10 minutes. While details remain classified, the announcement signals steady progress on one of the most secretive defence programmes in recent history. The announcement marks the most explicit public reference to the F-47's flight timeline, which has closely been guarded until now. The fighter is expected to incorporate sixth-generation technologies, including manned and unmanned teaming, stealth enhancements and advanced propulsion systems that reportedly enable speeds of Mach 2 and a combat range exceeding 1,800 kilometres. The US Air Force intends to produce 185 of these next-generation aircraft to anchor its tactical air fleet beyond 2030, a clear signal that the service is preparing for a sustained peer conflict readiness in the Indo-Pacific and other high-threat theatres. Though Boeing has yet to officially comment, multiple defence resources with direct knowledge of the program suggest that the initial low-rate production has already begun at Boeing's Phantom Works facility in St. Louis under tight security. This site's already instrumental in the development of the X-45 UCAV and the MQ-25 Stingray. Is being further upgraded to accommodate the classified airframe's digital manufacturing needs, and an industry official familiar with the matter told Army Recognition on the background that major fuselage components are already being fabricated and at least 2 airframes will enter ground testing by mid-2027. The F-47's strategic importance lies in its design philosophy. It will not operate alone. The aircraft is the central node in the Air Force's envisioned systems of systems, operating alongside a fleet of AI-enabled collaborative combat aircraft. Autonomous drones designed to scout, jam, and even strike independently or in concert with the crewed fighter. This concept aligns with the emerging US doctrine, which views air dominance as distributed networks and survivable capability rather than a platform-centric flight. Sources close to Air Combat Command describe the F-47 as a combat quarterback, directing and synchronizing unmanned wingmen in contested environments. So there we go. Jonathan Warner, if you're listening, you'll have something else to photograph in another few years' time, all being well. Although with Boeing's delays, this might not be that quick.
Oh, different section.
Yeah, it's different section. Yeah. It'll still be delayed, though, Andy.
Yeah, of course it will.
Yeah.
That's how aviation works.
Talking about Jonathan Warner and our resident military aviation photographer, Andy, you've got the next story and with some
yes
as well.
Yeah, this is from countytimes.co.uk. RAF award nod for amazing Mach Loop aircraft picture. The shot of the Airbus A400M Atlas transport aircraft skillfully navigating the tight confines of the famed Mach Loop, taken by Sergeant Matthew Matthews, is one of 12 images shortlisted for the Royal Air Force for photographic awards in the People's Choice category. The pictures, which unveiled on Monday, November the 10th, showcase the operations and impressive hardware employed by the Airborne Military Branch. As well as the Mach Loop shot, other images up for the award include a head-spinning image of red arrows from above, a helicopter over London, and red smoke erupting around the feet of a smiling parachutist. The RAF said, "Our photographers have captured some incredible moments from across the Royal Air Force. Now it's your turn to decide which one takes the top spot. We've shortlisted 12 photographs that help to showcase the skill, dedication and spirit of the RAF. From aircraft in action to life on the ground, every shot tells a story. The photo with the most likes on social media will be crowned the People's Choice winner 2025 at the RAF Photographic Awards at the end of November." That is a very nice shot of an A400M there as well.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to the Mach Loop, and then I've literally just looked while you've been doing that story, Andy.
It's a trek.
And yeah.
It cannot be further away from you in a westerly direction, I suppose.
Here we go. It is 258 miles from here, or a cool 5 hours and 4-minute drive.
Now, I don't want to go there. I'd like to fly around it, though.
I think you might get in some hot water with your employer, Andy.
Yeah, I'll change that. I'd like to fly around it in an aircraft designed to fly around it.
Well, if they can get an A320 into Paro in Bhutan, I would have thought you could have an A320 going around the skies.
Okay, all right. I'll change again. I'd like to fly around the Mach Loop in an aircraft designed for it, doing more than 400 knots. Okay. There we go. That's better.
Yeah.
Any particular choice, Andy? I mean, having it Tornado, F-22, F-35.
If I really want to do it, a Phantom. But
okay.
Quite like to lob one of them around.
Yeah, if we have any Phantom pilots listening, just contact us. Andy would like to have
I don't think there's any airworthy ones now.
Oh, damn.
But there we are. And also, thanks for giving us, again, a military story with 0 acronyms in. Much appreciated.
That's fine.
We did have RAF in. You okay with that?
That's cool. I can deal with RAF.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't get over that. 258 miles. It is literally a dead straight line from where we are, straight across the UK to the National Park of Snowdonia.
I think you'd find it very unsettling, Carlos, because they have those funny things called hills over there.
Actual mountains as well.
Yeah.
It's a very nice part of the world. I would highly recommend it to anyone that fancies a trip. Unfortunately, when I went there were no aeroplanes.
That's the thing. You know, if you're gonna travel all the way to the Mach Loop to where honestly the videos on YouTube are absolutely incredible. If you're going to travel all that way, you need to go there when you're sure there's going to be some kind of military activity.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I've done a few bike trips up that way, and it, you never know what you're going to get. And I've been up there a couple of times. I've never been lucky enough to see anything, but on the other side of the coin, it is a really, really beautiful part of the country. So, yeah, if you kind of don't mind the fact that you might not see any aeroplanes, it's worth it just for the landscapes.
You going to say, Andy? No. There was a comment in the chat room just now from Darren, says that there was a live stream apparently from the Mach Loop today. Only 2 aircraft. I mean, I'd be quite devastated if I went all that way. I wonder whether Mr. Warner has been there. I'm sure he has. He would have been there.
Does sound like the sort of place he'd go to, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he has. He's normally in the chat. He's not in the chat room tonight, is he? We can't ask him. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Social media links, Mr. Bounds. Where can our listeners find out more about us and all the links to do other things as well?
Oh, yes. Socials, Facebook, X or Instagram. Just search those platforms for Plain Talking UK. You can email the show, podcast@plaintalkinguk.com. That's also the same address for Nick's competition. And also if you would like to attend the 600th show in May of next year. WhatsApp, +44 7446 975 214. And a bit of breaking news, there is the possibility of some website refresh going on as well. So we'll have a look at that very soon, hopefully. Don't forget you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe as well. You get notifications when we go live, and you can help shape the conversation of the show by joining us in the chat room, as so many people have done tonight. So thank you, folks, very much indeed. Just go to youtube.com and search for Plain Talking UK. Don't forget, as I mentioned earlier, if you want to help us with some of the running costs of the show, you can do that on the first page of the website. That's at plaintalkinguk.com, where there's a Patreon and a PayPal link. Any donations that you make go to help offsetting some of the media serving costs and website costs and hosting costs and all that stuff. So thank you very much indeed.
I'm still looking, just mesmerised by how far that is across the other side of the country, that Mach Loop. Yeah. One day, you never know. Perhaps you should get me up with Al, Nev, and take the PA-28 along the Mach Loop.
That's an idea. Yeah.
It's probably not going to be the same kind of excitement, but, you know, be good for effect. Right,
Depends how low you get.
Round robin. What is the team up to? We're going to start with who should we start with? We'll start with Nick. What's young Nick up to? Any exciting plans for the weekend?
Well, actually, tomorrow I'm going to drive up to Cotswold Airport at
You're
Kemble.
going to say the Mac Loop then?
No, although, well, I was thinking about doing a bike trip up to Wales again, so maybe I'll try and do that before there's any more of that snow stuff. But yeah, I'm going up to Cotswold Airport at Kemble tomorrow to go and meet a friend for lunch. So I'm looking forward to seeing their BA 747 and seeing what other goodies they've got waiting for the scrapper. So yeah. I'll stick some photos up on the Facebook page.
Yeah, if there's any bits lying around, Nick.
Yeah, I'm going in the car, so I'll shove them in the boot.
Excellent. How about you, Andy? I'm guessing it's going to be sim fun, and sim fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, you missed last week. What I'm doing the next couple of days is I'm observing another airline's recurrent sim training to see how they do things.
Oh.
And it was originally in the A350, but now it's changed due to certain issues. On 787, I'm observing the next 2 days.
Oh.
Which is good. I mean, it doesn't matter on the aircraft type. I'm only interested in how the trainer is delivered, the interaction between the trainer and the trainees, and the assets that they use. So it could be a twin otter for all I care. But that'll be interesting, sit in the back of that. And then this time next week, I will not be here because I have a company event to be at next Wednesday evening, unfortunately. So I will be back in one of these hotel rooms. I think I've stayed in most of them in this hotel, but I won't be on the show, unfortunately.
So with that, going back to the training thing, Andy, are you possibly going to get a chance to have a go, or is that not a thing?
No.
Purely
No,
just...
I'm there as an observer, that's it.
Oh.
It's not a jolly. This is somebody's recurrent simulator where their license depends on it. I'm there observing. I'm not going to go,
Okay.
Can I have a go, please? No.
More's the pity.
Oh, dear. This is I'm not there then. Right, here we got Nev. What are you up to? Anything exciting?
No, actually, and it's quite nice to say that as well. A bit of keep fit tomorrow. She put us through it last week. That was for sure. Gosh, we were crippled. So we'll see how we get on with that. And then we'll treat ourselves to a sausage roll next door in the post office cafe.
So you do all that work and then have a sausage roll.
Yep. Although,
but you've earned it then.
Yes, we are going for the vegan option, which I have to say, I was really surprised how nice they were.
Oh, you've changed, Nev.
I know.
Changed.
I never thought I'd ever say that. But
is this the actual is this the actual definition of net zero, though?
Yeah, no, it's not. Definitely not.
Yeah. Love it.
Anyway, so we'll do a bit of that tomorrow, and then we'll spend the rest of tomorrow afternoon recovering from. It's only a 1 hour class, but boy, you've gone through it.
Yeah.
For sure. So,
Matt, anything exciting happening the weekend? Well, you've had a busy weekend just gone, so time for a relax, I think, for you.
No, I'm doing a little bit of acting, believe it or not, on Saturday. But other than that, yeah, all good.
You're not going back into panto again, are you?
I can neither confirm or deny that absolutely outrageous.
Oh
no, he's not.
That would be fun.
Oh no, he's not.
But yeah, indeed. Maybe watch this space.
Brilliant.
Maybe watch this space.
Excellent. Well, this weekend I should be getting drunk on Saturday night and feeling the repercussions on Sunday.
No doubt.
So I'm looking forward to that. Letting our hair down this weekend just for a change. I am looking forward to that, actually, very much so, because I haven't got to leave the house, which is even better. I just stay here, and Gemma is doing a slow roasted brisket for the Saturday evening.
Oh, awful!
Food.
Yeah, how will you cope?
I know. No, I'm looking forward to that very much so, along with a few whiskies. I think we may well delve into.
Nice. Yes, you did a bit of that over the weekend as well, didn't you? But,
yes. The Japanese whiskey that we had at the weekend was very nice. I may well have to finish that bottle off. Anyway, right, that is where we're going to wrap up the show. Big thanks to everyone who's tuned in tonight. Thanks to all the chat room for tuning in. Very, very kind of you indeed. That's for the cats, Richard Adams. But what are you eating? Yeah, we'll be eating just the scraps, no doubt, the Pringles or something like that. We'll be back next Wednesday, all being well, with another show packed with aviation goodness. Thanks to all the hosts. Thanks to Nick for joining us again this week. Awesome to see you, Nick. Glad to see you back.
Nice to see you too. Yeah,
and
good to
Andy as well. Thank you for joining us, Andy. And we will miss you next week.
I just realised you'll miss me the week after as well. Cause
here we go.
I'm in the sim doing my own check the Wednesday after.
2 off.
Yeah, apologies.
Honestly.
I'll see you all in a few weeks.
And thanks, Nev. Good to see you as always this week. And all our best to Mrs. Nev.
Thank you.
And Matt as well. Good to see you on again this week. And the team. It's like the family's back together. It's like everyone's here. So good. So that's it for the show. From me, Carlos here. From Nev, from Andy, from Nick, and from Matt. Have a great weekend, whatever you're up to. And we'll see you all again next Wednesday. Say goodbye, Nev.
Take care, everybody. Bye for now.
There we are.
Trust you noticed that, Andy.
Yeah, you need to change it to MMXXV.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Yeah, there's some hopefully some nice changes to come to the website soon.
Oh, good. Right, chaps, I'm going to have to run because I have some networking to do.
Go and network, Andy.
Yes, I will.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, my beer's nearly run out.
There are several colleagues in the bar who are desperate to talk to me about work-related stuff.
There's some Camden Pale ready to be drunk.
It's a Sharps Atlantic.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. That's
a
a
lovely
good one.
pint.
That's a nice one.
But, yes, they've got questions for me, which I should really go and answer.
Yeah.
Fair.
Nice to see you all, though. Great show. Good
Cheers,
fun.
Andy.
Indeed. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, Andy.
Cheers, Andy. Nice to see you.
Bye.
Well then.
Well, that was fun. Oh, it's so nice to have all the team back together again.
Thanks for sending that link, Nev. I'll look at that tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, the hotel you haven't got to pay if you book it through booking.com. You don't have to pay straight away. You can pay.
Although I opted to actually just because it's one of those things so that I know it's done. If you see what I mean.
Yeah, you don't get any surprises.
Yeah, well, I don't think I would have done either way. But you just think, well,
it's surprisingly cheap. Matt got a single room.
Yeah, although mine didn't have breakfast as well as you did. To be fair,
but it was still still less than 50 quid.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely worth booking sooner rather than later before they start going up. I'd say.
The hotel is ideally situated, so it's ideal that not too far to to go.
Also, by the time we get there, although actually from what I saw when I went there the other week, it was quite nice, but they're doing a complete refurbishment of the hotel, including many of the rooms and also the reception area as well. So it'll be very nice for us. And should that get booked up, the Red Lion opposite also has rooms. So,
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, the Red Lion looks very nice.
I don't suppose they have many rooms though, do they? Because I guess it's.
I don't know how many they've got. It's an internet question, probably.
Fair.
Tanya's booked. Tanya's booked her room. She's done. She's booked it.
No, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
And that venue, Nev, that was hats off. That was a good find. That was the fun.
Yeah. Rather than just having a regular conference room, it's nice because it's overlooking the airfield, and if the weather's nice as well, it'll be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that by the end of May, it might be, but
it's a better chance. Hopefully,
you don't know what you're going to get.
No, not in the UK. You don't certainly.
No.
No, looking forward to it. It's going to be good. It's going to be a very good event, and there'll be quite a few faces there. John Falkey's booked apparently.
Oh, wonderful!
Yes.
Yeah, including Brecky. He's got his Brecky. Yeah, I did opt for the breakfast. To be fair,
yeah. I might have to sort that out. Like sort of near the time. But...
Yeah, it'll soon be here. As I said, Christmas is creeping up very, very fast indeed. As we all know.
Definitely.
Yeah. Right, we better let these beautiful YouTube viewers get back to their Wednesday evening. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us tonight and sticking with us and being supportive of the show. We do much appreciate it. So thank you very much indeed, everyone. Would you like to say goodbye to everyone, Nev? And
yes, thank you very much indeed for joining us tonight, folks. Very much enjoyed your company and your very witty comments in the chat room as always. Hope you have a nice rest of the week and the weekend. See you next Wednesday, 7 o'clock UK time. In the meantime, bye for now.